Hello YouTube. Welcome to another edition of the In the Ring show with your host Devious Damien. And check out the hat. Toxic. I got this at the Thunder Slam last night at the Broome County Arena. Monster Truck Rally. Anyway. So, what I'm going to talk about in this video is the WWE seems to be punishing Zack Ryder because he dared to do something they never wanted him to do in the first place. He dared to get over what as the WWE calls it, the WWE Universe. So, because he gets over, they say, oh, well, you know what? We're gonna put you in a feud with Kane. And basically how this is gonna work is the purpose of this feud is to make you look like a jackass and to squash you repeatedly. So, that's what they did. So, WWE, you want to punish a guy who is popular with the fans. So, you don't punish Santino, but yet you punish Zack Ryder for being popular with the fans and actually getting over to the point where you treat him like a jackass and you make Eve walk. You have Eve walking all over him, and you make him be the one who cost Team Teddy the match at WrestleMania. And for what, to put Eve in the spotlight when she's nothing but somebody who Vince McMahon found at a strip club and put in the WWE. Kelly, Alicia Fox, all strippers. Strippers are prostitutes turned into WWE divas. Of course, if you Wikipedia their names, they'll never say that. But I'll bet you anything that if you were to dig into legit backgrounds of them, you'd find that they used to be strippers or prostitutes. I'm betting on it. And you can't tell me Eve never used to be a stripper. That booty pop thing she does, that's a classic stripper move. So Eve, I know if by some small chance you ever see this, don't tell me you were never a stripper. Yes, you were. That's where Vince McMahon found you. The dirty old man was in a fucking strip club and he discovered you. Plain and simple. But anyway, back onto the point I was making. So WWE, you want to punish Zack Ryder? Okay, fine. But be prepared, WWE. Because I've got people who watch this channel. The In the Ring show. People watch this. So people who watch my channel, I encourage you to do one thing. Don't watch Raw. Don't watch SmackDown. Don't order Extreme Rules. Or any pay-per-view, for that matter. You know, just tweet about your... But here's what I do want you to do. Facebook, Twitter. Use those social medias to show WWE. Tell them you will not tolerate their treatment of Zack Ryder. Tweet, but don't watch. Because if you tweet and you don't watch, they'll get the message sooner or later. If enough of you stop watching the show in boycott of their treatment of Zack Ryder, but you tweet, you Facebook, whatever social media the WWE has, you use it and you lash out at them. Tell them that they need to stop punishing Zack Ryder. And until they do, you will not watch their programming. You're not gonna. You refuse to order their pay-per-views. You refuse to watch their program. You refuse to buy their merchandise. Where they punish Zack Ryder, and they feature some fucking steroid freak like Ryback, aka Skip Sheffield. Skip Sheffield is a piece of shit, and Zack Ryder is awesome. So fuck you, WWE. You want to punish Zack Ryder? Fine. Guess what? I'm not going to watch your programming anymore. I know at least 2 people who are not going to be watching Raw this Monday. I know at least 2 people who aren't going to watch SmackDown on Friday. I know at least 2 people who aren't going to order your fucking pay-per-view. Now, granted, I wasn't going to, even before I found out you were punishing Zack Ryder. But now you just gave me another reason not to. So, fuck you, WWE. You're a piece of shit. Maybe I'll just watch TNA instead. You know, WWE, speaking of TNA, wouldn't you feel like a big piece of shit if Zack Ryder went to TNA? And then as a result, TNA's ratings started doubling, tripling what they are now. To the point where TNA is almost catching you in the ratings. Then how would you feel, WWE? Maybe that's something you should think about. And I know you probably would laugh. If you ever see this, you're going to laugh and say, that'll never happen. But see, that's the problem, WWE. You think you're so fucking high and mighty that nobody can catch you. Well, guess what, Vince? Apparently, you don't know the wrestling business as well as you think you do. Because you don't know what the fans want. And apparently, you don't understand that in the wrestling business, things can literally change overnight. You can literally, overnight, go from being up here, top of the mountain, to next day, nobody gives a shit who you are anymore. It can change, Vince, overnight. So don't think for 1 minute that your spot at the top with fans is guaranteed. Because it isn't. Sooner or later, your mighty empire will fall. If you keep up these actions. Like I said, Vince, it can happen overnight. So stop punishing Zack Ryder. Stop making him look ridiculous. Because you're just shooting yourselves in the foot. The fans want to see Zack Ryder, give him what they want. Because who the hell are you to put a fucking lid on somebody who wants to... If anything, you should be encouraging your guys to get over. Not looking at this guy like, you know... And you're almost doing the same thing with Alex Riley. It's almost like you took Alex Riley and Zack Ryder aside and said, don't you two dare to get over. Don't you fucking do it. Because... And you know why we can't allow you two to get over? Because God forbid we can't let you become more popular than our fucking golden boy John Cena. Oh, you can't see me. You can't see me. Give me a fucking break. It's all because you want to protect that motherfucker's spot at the top. So God forbid you don't want anybody to become more popular than he is. You know, I just don't get it. You're so fucking keen on protecting John Cena. Has it ever occurred to you that maybe, just maybe, if you allowed somebody to, they could sell more merchandise, perhaps even become more popular than that stupid motherfucker who goes out there and thinks he's cool because he plays peekaboo on the fucking national TV every week? Oh, you can't see me, you can't... Get the fuck out of my face. God. Did it ever occur to you, Vince, that maybe the reason Cena gets booed out of buildings a lot and cheered by 20% of the crowd? Yeah, Vince, have you noticed, Vince, that every time John Cena walks out there, do you want to know why the crowd seems loud? Because you're the one jacking up the crowd cheering. You're the one jacking up the volume, making it seem like it's more than it is. Why do you not recognize, Vince? You're so interested in protecting your fucking golden boy that you're holding on other people who could potentially become more popular than he is, and you know it. To steal the last portion of Zack Ryder's catchphrase. You know, Vince, I am sick and tired of you protecting your golden boys. Keeping them up here at the expense of guys who could possibly be more over and be more popular. Vince, there's a memo that got sent to you years ago. Stop ignoring it, pick it up and read the fucking thing. Fans are tired of John Cena. Fans are getting sick and tired of John Cena. The only ones who aren't sick of him are ones who are too fucking young to have half a brain in their goddamn head. And think it's cool to walk out there and play peekaboo every fucking week. Now, I'm not saying kids are stupid, but see, kids don't look at things the same way as adults do. Because, I mean, let's face it, John Cena's PG act is popular with kids because he preaches all the right messages. I mean, that's the only reason kids like him. I mean, yeah, I'll admit, for kids, he's a great role model. I'll admit that. But, you know, but sooner or later, these same kids that think he's so great are going to grow up and see that the wholesome image he tries to portray doesn't exist in the real world. It just doesn't. So, you know, and besides, you know what I think? See, Vince, you don't want to take guys like Zack Ryder. You don't want to take guys like Brodus Clay, Alex Riley. See, you know, especially Zack Ryder. This guy finally gets over and you punish him for it. Fuck you. Because you gotta protect your fucking golden boy. Vince, read your fucking memos. Zack Ryder is popular. Stop trying to punish him for it and deal with it. The fans want to see Zack Ryder. Fans want to see him, so let them give the fans what they want. Let them see Zack Ryder. And you know what? While you're featuring Zack Ryder more, why don't you push Alex Riley? Stop burying him too. So for 1 minute, you have him feuding with The Miz, who was just coming off a very successful WWE Championship reign, and now you have him jobbing to everybody and their little brother? Fuck you. You know, I think Alex Riley and The Miz could have a good tag team. I think you should. That's another good tag team that you could put together. But of course you won't, because God forbid they become more popular than your fucking golden boy. Eat shit and die, Vince McMahon. Fuck off. Listen to the fans. Push Zack Ryder. Put him on TV. And stop making him job to everybody and their little brother, just like you have been Alex Riley. For this edition of the In the Ring show, this is Devious Damien, signing off.